dry skin, fine lines and wrinkles, or do you just want to get or maintain your youthful glow? Then you need Vanguard Beauty.
Yeah, I
This
like it.
black-owned, woman-owned vegan beauty line.
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I just want you to know that every day I've worn a different black shirt. I'm not just repeating my black shirts. Understand that well. What's going on? It's Throwback Thursday, y'all, and I am super excited to be here with you. There's so much going on outside of this studio, and it's going to be so much going on inside of this studio. Well, today's topic is, now, you know, it's a lot of things going on in Chicago. Now, I love Chicago. I've been other places. But if you could move anywhere, where would you pick in the world to move? Montana.
3, 2.
What's up, believers? It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I'm super excited about this Throwback Thursday. Not just because it's throwback music on the air, but because it's Friday Eve, and that culminates almost the end of the beginning of the weekend, baby. Happy Thursday! It's an amazing Thursday. The best qualities of an attractive person are a kind heart, a loving spirit, and a positive attitude. I guess I'm an amazing person then. Anybody feel me? Say amen. I am too. All right, y'all. I am super excited to be posted in the studio with the almost entire, I should say, brunch bunch crew. Y'all give yourselves a hand. And of course, you know that Action Jackson is in Nashville, acting, doing some action, making things happen. Y'all, we got a great show for you today. It is Throwback Thursday, so you can definitely relax to some throwback music. Now, me, I'm a trap gospel music artist. Not artist, but lover. And we definitely gonna get it done today. So I got some breaking news for you, and I'm sad to say that it's not happy news. So stay tuned, keep it locked, don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390.
Hey, it's your main man, Action Jackson, and the business spotlight of the week is Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding, available in Snooker.
Do you want a revolution?
Banana,
Y'all, okay, you gotta get to Instagram. You guys, if you could move anywhere in the world besides Chicago, if you live in Chicago, where would you move? Now, for those of you who are not living in Chicago, it's applicable to you too, because you might want to move to Chicago. If you do, put it in the thread. If you can move anywhere in the now, Adam said Montana or Wyoming.
15 locations. You can go anytime and get your car washed every day if you want, all year long. Buddy Bear members will receive.
You so funny standing in your lane. If I was repeating the same shirt, I would have to ask myself, can somebody come help me wash my clothes?
Get your membership today.
No, but I noticed when I was looking back on the lives, because what we do is we look back on our lives just to make sure that we are doing the right thing wherever we could bridge some gaps. And I was like, you wore black every day this week. Now, I know a lot of people associate black with solemn or sad or whatever. You can best believe I'm not none of those. I'm happy as a lark, happy to be alive, happy to be here with you. And yes, but I definitely have been wearing black. Hey, KB, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you so much for joining. And I'm waving to you. And what's up, Sharon Williams? Thank you so much for joining in on our Instagram. If you are not on our Instagram, well, you would have to be, because you're listening to my voice on one of these platforms. So the social media topic for today is, if you could move anywhere in the world besides Chicago, where would you move? Personally, me, I would move to Jamaica, man. Yes, it's so much camaraderie over there, y'all. I love Jamaica, love Jamaica. If you could move anywhere in the world, where would it be?
The lipstick and eyebrows.
Adam say that because he wants to be alone on that, and land and a lot of land for the music. That's what Staying in Your Lane says. Tina says we definitely need a revolution. Maybe so, but it won't be televised. I would move next door to my son. Sharon, where's your son? What city? What's up, basketball mom? No. So this may come as a surprise for many. It definitely shocked me. But O.J. Simpson, y'all, he has passed away at the age of 76 after his battle with cancer. So O.J. Simpson, whose life as an American sports hero quickly turned around when he was charged with the 1994 murder of his ex-wife and her friend, died on Wednesday at the age of 76. His family announced on social media. So on April the 10th, our father, Orenthal James Simpson, hence OJ, succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. During this time of transition, his family asked that you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace, and the family posted this on Simpson's X account. Simpson's attorney also confirmed the death on TMZ. As you know, TMZ gets the news faster than any other outlet that I know. Well, Simpson ultimately was acquitted of the stabbing death of Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman in the Los Angeles area. And it was one of the most sensational trials of the 20th century, but his life was forever changed. He went from a sports idol to a celebrity in exile before being sentenced to 33 years in prison for a bungled 2007 Las Vegas hotel robbery. Remember, he went back to rob or get back his things. So on the football field, Simpson was one of the game's all-time great backs, and he became USC's second Heisman Trophy winner in 1968, earning the most first-place votes, 855 to be exact, in the awards history. That season, he established a then NCAA single-season rushing record with 1,709 yards as he guided the Trojans to the Rose Bowl appearance, where they lost at the top-ranked Ohio State despite Simpson's 170 yards and 80-yard TD. Wow. Well, in his 2 seasons at USC, Simpson was twice a unanimous All-American and equaled or better 19 NCAA conference and school records. In 1969, the Buffalo Bills made Simpson the #1 pick into the NFL draft, and hence the name Juice became famous. He was named MVP in 1973, and when he became the first to rush for 2,000 yards in a season, doing it in 14 games, I might add, while averaging a 141.3 yards per game, still an NFL record. Simpson spent 9 years with the Buffalo Bills before wrapping up his career with 2 seasons with San Francisco's 49ers. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1985, and Simpson stayed in the spotlight after retirement, working as a commentator for Monday Night Football and continuing his acting career, notably the Naked Gun trilogy. But in 1994, his life was forever changed. Well, you all know the rest of that. I just want to remember him for his greatness. I know the country was divided when the verdict came down, but he was nonetheless an all-American hero. And
glove don't fit.
You must agree. Well, you know what? I kind of got a notice that he will be up in heaven. So absolutely, he don't need no gloves there. No. You guys, we are definitely keeping the Simpson family in our prayers, and I ask believers to do the same. We've lost a great one. Yes. And definitely when we lose, we definitely know that earth's loss is heaven's gain. This next one is for you, OJ. It's Inspiration 1390. You said what? The juice is loose. He up there doing running, he's running yards and all that stuff I was talking about. I don't know nothing about what those records mean, but I do know that means you did something phenomenal. I would go to one of those countries where people live longer, and one thing is someone where it's, hey, Breezy, love you. Oh, you got it. That's right, T. Breezy. That is great. Yeah, I think people live longer in Jamaica. Italy, they live longer. And I can't understand why, because they say that pasta causes angina. Angina causes all kinds of other problems, but evidently everything must be okay. So you're right, they do live longer. What's up, Daryl Jones? You would move to, what's that word? What's that part of Mexico he said? Aguas Calientes, Mexico. Where is that close to? You made that up, Daryl. You made that. That's water and hot put together. I know, right? Hot water, Mexico. Well, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate you. I do definitely appreciate. I got my Scott Joplin or hairdo going on, right? My niece says this is the best one. Hey, I don't know. I just do what I'm told. No, Daryl said that's a real place. What did you say it was? Hot Water, Mexico? we just abbreviated. Now, why would you want to move to Hot Water, Mexico, Daryl? What's going on there? Thank you so much again. Hey, my baby Modi. You guys get over to 1508 West 18th Street. Soulful Chicago is open right now if you want the best smoothies, the best coffee, and the best therapy. 1508 West 18th Street. Today? Uh-oh. It's popping over there, y'all. Hi, baby. Daryl, I'm waiting on you. What is that? Where is that? So I saw that he must have found out that it was found out late about the diagnosis. Oh, you talking about OJ, Tina? Yep. Oh, so she said it was prostate cancer. I didn't. In our report, it didn't say what type of cancer. But if you say it's prostate cancer, yes, early detection is best. And I'm glad you brought that up because I'm not laughing at that, Tina. I'm laughing at not hot water cornbread. But early detection is essential to cure any cancer.
Oh, yeah. Prostate cancer
February 20th.
Y'all just in February.
Yeah.
It took a turn and it's undergoing chemo in Las Vegas. And it's the most common cancer in men.
Yeah, you gotta early detect it. Here, which one?
Daryl sent the Wikipedia to hot water.
Well, where's hot water? Undo the Wikipedia. I want to know. Take this up, but no, not hot water cornbread. Oh my God, I'm so glad you think it's so cool. Hello, Amir G Couture. No, G.
City in central Mexico known as
Hey, believers, it's your main man, Action Jackson. Are you searching for a life-changing word?
Yes, it's in central Mexico and known for the Spanish colonial buildings and its historic center.
Every Saturday.
Well, we're going to keep on calling it Hot Water Mexico from now on. So if you guys want to do the long.
I see why you want to move there.
Oh, they got an Arctic tree
Oh,
over
it's
there.
beautiful.
Oh, no, that's a bridge. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I see why you want to move there.
Yeah, I want you to move there, but guess what? When we give you your address, we're going to put it Hot Water Hot Water Mexico. Hot Water Cornbread Mexico. Daryl, only you. You should know the good places. What's up, Stu? Thank you so much. Love the hair. I do too. It's so easy. You know what I do at night, y'all? I take it, I put it up in a ponytail like this. And then in the day, when I look at that, and then when I get up, I just do it like that, and I'm out of there. I don't have time for nothing else. Thank you. If you could move anywhere in the world, guys, where would you move?
Our season team is here to guide you every step
No,
of the way.
no,
I climbed the Eiffel Tower before.
No, like with a rope.
No, not with a rope. That's crazy.
I would parachute off it though.
What's up, Reggie Banks? If you could move anywhere in the world, y'all, Stu, Reggie, I'm asking you personally, if you could move anywhere in the world, where would you move? Yes, thank you for this great story on OJ, Reggie. I appreciate you.
Hey guys, it's Tamara Fair.
I want to get in the plane this summer.
Now your home is not just a place.
Well, I want to
It's
get in
a
the plane and do
lifetime
that.
of
But if I do that,
memories,
I could definitely.
You know, you won't be moving to Wyoming or where did you say?
Wyoming,
Nebraska,
Montana?
Montana.
Not Nebraska. No.
So let me just say this. Y'all see me scratching my head. Let me just say this. You want to move to Jamaica with me? I'm definitely moving to Jamaica too. Let me tell you guys, you probably can't hear Adam in the back, but I have to share this with you all. Now, Adam earlier said that he would want to move to Montana or Wyoming, but then he chased it with he want to jump out the plane first. Now, I mean, what do you be thinking? Like, what does he think? You just jump out? See, black people don't jump out of planes like that.
30 seconds. My homie did it. He said it was the most expensive.
Was your homie black?
Nope.
That's my point.
No.
That's my point. Listen, guys, for all of you all who want to join Daryl Jones in Hot Water Mexico, look it up. It is really nice. And for all of you well, what's up? I am Marcus Beats. Thank you so much for joining us. The topic, exclusive online topic is, if you could move anywhere in the world, where would it be? You guys keep the comments rolling.
I'll tell you what's going on.
So what's going on is Adam filling in for Marcel Action Jackson once again. He'll be back tomorrow, everybody. So we just had the eclipse on Monday. So we already have some crazy stories from.
Can I just interject one story?
Yeah, of course.
So we talk about this workforce and how it has changed dramatically because the Gen Zers have a different dynamic and a different outlook on work.
Yeah.
But this was just such a story that really opened my mouth and I was speechless. And then it's very hard for me to be speechless.
Oh, wow.
So a young lady who had a interview for a job, who missed the first interview, didn't call and say she missed the first interview. And then the people that were on the Zoom where she was being interviewed called her and she said, oh, I had an emergency. I'm so very sorry. Can we reschedule? And they said, absolutely, we can reschedule. So let's do it tomorrow at 2. She calls at 9 and she says, can we do it before 2 or after 2? Because that's when the solar eclipse is going to be happening. And I'm going to drop the mic on that one.
That's not enough to skip an interview. That's crazy.
And they were like, well, you know what? This is not working out
I
right.
think we're good.
We're going to pass. I think we're good, yes.
So maybe she was an astrology influencer. But an astrology influencer stabbed partner to death and threw children from a moving car over solar eclipse. So an astrology influencer, allegedly driven by fears about the solar eclipse, went on a horror killing spree, stabbing her partner to death and pushing her children from a moving car before killing herself by ramming her vehicle into a tree. Danielle Johnson, 34, went into a violent rampage in Los Angeles on April 8th, the same day that the rare phenomenon of a total solar eclipse plunged parts of the U.S. into darkness. In the days leading up to the attack, Johnson took to social media to voice her beliefs that the solar eclipse would be the epitome of spiritual warfare. Posting under the name Ioka, the astrology influencer had over 100,000 followers and often reposted conspiracy theories and anti-Semitic filled rhetoric on her page. Prior to Monday's rampage, she had posted messages on X telling people to wake up, the apocalypse is here, and warning her followers that they need to pick a side. In early hours of Monday morning, hours before the eclipse, police said she went on a killing spree. The Los Angeles Police Department said in a statement at around 3:40 a.m. on Monday morning, Johnson got into a verbal fight with her live-in partner, Jalen Cheney, at 29 years old, at their home in the 6200 block of Varial Avenue. The fight escalated when Johnson became violent, stabbing Cheney to his death. Johnson then allegedly took her 2 young children, aged 9 and 8 months, and fled the scene in a dark-colored Porsche SUV. The Porsche was seen driving down the 405 freeway near Howard Hughes Parkway. At around 4:30, the 2 children were then thrown out of the vehicle while it was moving. Thankfully, the 9-year-old survived but sustained moderate injuries from the fall. LAPD Lieutenant Guy Golan told Fox 11 that the 8-month-old was hit by oncoming traffic in the middle of the road and died on the scene.
The 8-month-old?
Yes, and the 9-year-old survived. As the 9-year-old fell into the middle of the freeway, she injured herself and dropped the infant, Mr. Golan said. And then in a race to get out of the freeway and not get hit by traffic, the 9-year-old managed to get to the shoulder successfully, but the infant was struck by traffic, and so the infant succumbed to her injuries and in the middle of the freeway there. Johnson then carried on driving, accelerating the vehicle to a speed of over 100 miles an hour before crashing into a tree in the city of Redondo Beach around 5 a.m. Johnson then died from her injuries as well.
This is such a tragedy.
Unbelievable.
An infant roadkill. Like that
all
is
over a solar
absolute.
eclipse.
The solar eclipse did not have any impact on the vibration of the earth. Now, my daughter, who was also tuned in, might beg to differ with me about that, but maybe it just didn't affect me. But I did think about what kind of impact it would have on earth because of the nature of what it was. But it didn't seem to impact anybody but this young lady. Like the solar eclipse was a phenomena to see.
Exactly, and I don't really like the headline of this article because she's saying, they're saying over a solar eclipse this all happened. This is just putting mental illness and then using the eclipse as an excuse for mental illness, pretty much, in my opinion.
But I mean, you got to be the mentalist, the epitome of mental, to take your 9-year-old and pitch them out the car, and your
Absolutely.
8-month-old and pitch them out the car.
Just no
Because-
regard for life.
Okay, so if it was the apocalypse, could you just have waited?
Let the apocalypse take everybody.
Right, exactly.
Don't
But you
do
know
it
how many
yourself.
times the apocalypse has come and gone, and we still here?
We're still here.
And I'm sure, how old was she?
She was 34 years old.
And her partner was 29.
29. Yep.
And so does her partner have? Her partner obviously was not in the car.
No. He got killed. She got stabbed. Him got in the car, and then
And he died.
he died. He got stabbed to death. She fled the scene, and then that's when she pushed her kids out of the car on the freeway, and then she ended up in a tree and died from crashing into a tree.
I wish we had played Heaven after this song.
Absolutely.
Like literally. You
That's
know,
terrible.
mental health is something to deal with, and it's
Mhm.
really real. But sometimes it's not mental. Sometimes it's just evil.
Absolutely. There's the devil at work right
Yeah,
here, for sure.
sometimes it is. And so that's why you have to stay prayed up. And the Bible says pray incessantly, because we are not in a war against
Mhm.
humans. We are in a war against principalities, spirits. That's a spiritual war.
And this really shows how like impactful these conspiracy theories and how quickly they can get spread online and how quickly people latch onto them, because she's throwing up red flags saying the apocalypse is here, wake up, pick a side. So we just have to be careful of even seeing those as red flags on social media. If you see somebody saying you got to pick a side, the apocalypse,
Because your good sense has to kick in.
Exactly.
But sometimes people are incapable of having good sense. That's why advertising is so powerful, because
Mhm.
most of the time before you see an advertisement, you don't have an opinion until the advertiser gives you your opinion.
Absolutely.
But you have to be girded in the word. You have to put the full armor of God on every day. And particularly when you start hearing voices, you have to quell those voices. Now, my daughter taught me through a book. You know, bibliotherapy is very real and is very effective. But the book was The Untethered Soul.
Yep.
And in The Untethered Soul, one of the most resonating messages was there are voices in your head, but you have to stop them, because your discernment sometimes is not equipped enough to know if that's God talking to you or if that's the devil talking to you. So you have to stop it so you can actually figure out which one it is.
And I think you also have to have it takes work to do this, but you have to build up like your own inner monologue as well, versus the one that's already in your brain to tell that other one to shut up or something.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly.
Mhm.
So you know, when you name something, you own it, right?
Exactly.
So just like when you name your dog, that's you own it. When you name your child, you own it until they own themselves. When you name something, you own it. So if you name those voices, you own it.
Mhm.
That means you can control it to an
Absolutely.
extent. But Tina Hammond says that she saw the baby lying in the street,
Oh,
and it was
no.
beyond sad, and that the poor sister will forever have that memory etched in her brain.
Absolutely.
That's a trauma that's going to keep on giving. She's going to need a lot of mental therapy. But you know what? The best therapist that I know is Jesus, and
Absolutely.
he is our help. Hezekiah Walker said it best, y'all. It's Inspiration 1390. Let's do it. Oh boy, that took a lot out of me right there.
That's crazy.
You think that she said something about that clip? You think they just put that in the story to like
I-
tell the story?
I think a lot of people on social media were talking about that.
Acting crazy on
Every single time there's something that's organic in nature, people start associating it with it's the end of the world. But if you are a believer, you know that the earth, it says it in Genesis, the earth will never go away. It is always going to be here. Now, the quality of it doesn't really speak
Yep,
to that.
yep.
But it does say the earth will never go away. Now, you got to read your Bible.
Yeah.
Literally. And you got to understand that
all the answers are right there.
all the answers are right there.
Cat Williams said that best.
What he said.
Just that he read the Bible and just everything, like he bases everything off of like biblical scripture. And
What's up, Aaron Riley? How are you? K Boogie Official, what's up?
I
What's
think
up?
something else is going on.
PCP for shoes, Angel Dust.
No, it's definitely
Okay.
lean. That whole cocktail has made people lose their mind.
Yeah.
Lean and meth.
And then you mix that with like some schizophrenia or something like
Yeah.
they already got.
Or it can cause it.
Right. That's
If
what-
you
yeah,
are a
so-
abuser of any one of those cocktails, it can cause it. So you know what? That kind of ties into our theme. I mean, our social media talk today. if you could move anywhere in the world, you should probably think of someplace that's grounded, that's back to nature. Now, someone did say on social media they would move somewhere where their life is longer. That would kind of indicate that you are grounded, that you are really of the earth. A lot of this is about vibrations, right? And when the whole vibration changed in the earth, people's minds start going crazy. So you needed something to kind of settle you, center you, but really all you had to do was look to the heavens where your help comes from, because God definitely can center you, but you gotta ask him. So NIP Development says therapy is needed. Bless that little child and all of those who need blessing. Yes. What's up, DJ B-Lo? What's up? What's up, Dish?
I thought the topic was what's the most attractive trait?
Tree?
Attractive trait in a person. Didn't you say something like that earlier?
You mixing shows up. Because I said
You're right.
If you
I'll be working too much.
if you could choose any place in the world to live, that's the topic. If you could choose any place in the world to live, where would it be? Some people said they would move. Well, of course, Daryl Jones said he would move to a hot water. So, and other people were saying that they would move to places that their life was longer. Okay, abortion. You guys, I definitely want you to check social media, our pages, and while you're at it, go on there and like us. And that is Brunch Bunch on iHeart. I'm sorry, Brunch Bunch on Facebook and Brunch Bunch 1390 on Instagram. I am wonderful, Dish. Thank you. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Truly do appreciate you. You know what? I want you guys to go on there and like us, but I also want you to go on there this weekend because you will see a list of resources and grants that are coming out. Some of them are due at the end of the month. Some of them are due. What's up, Ebony? Some of them are due at the beginning of next month, but I definitely want you all to take advantage. Now, feel like you have to have or hire a grant writer for.
Oh, I smell this. It smells good out.
Oh yeah, they got great food. Sorry. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Because it's the golf outing today. Yeah. She like, I don't know what the food. We had a great announcement. We got food in the lobby. But anyway, you don't have to hire anybody to do these grants. These grants are very simple. It's a lot of information, and you just have to put it. You just have to put the information that you already know about you or your business into these grants. So look on this weekend, you will see grants. Of course, you know it's always our aim to send you back better than you came, level you up so that you can be on the pathway to prosperity. Adam, DJ B-Lo said you looking good. You know why he's looking good? He changed his shirt. Zoe says that whole story that you just announced.
We going there, y'all.
We are doing
5, 4.
abortion. You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am posted in the studio with your main man.
Hey, it's Adam filling in for Marcella Action Jackson.
So for those of you who are just tuning in, Action Jackson is in Nashville, Tennessee. He will be back tomorrow. I want you all to send big traveling grace prayers to him because he will be coming back tomorrow, but he is doing his thing on in the community in Nashville. Well, guess what? Abortion is back in the news. I say back in the news, but I don't think it's ever left the news because Florida and Arizona now show why abortion attacks are not slowing down. Well, the attacks on legal abortion in the last 2 weeks alone have been staggering. Well, since the beginning of April, state Supreme Courts in Florida and Arizona have both issued rulings that will effectively ban abortion care in the 3rd and 14th most populous states. So while both states already have curtailed abortion after the overturn of Roe versus Wade, now Florida Supreme Court ruling will trigger a 6-week ban before many people even know that they are pregnant, beginning on May the 1st, 2024. Arizona Supreme Court revived a near total ban that will take effect in 2 weeks and carries it with a 2 minimum year prison sentence for doctors who perform abortions that are not essential for saving the patient's life. Well, if perhaps fitting that these extreme rulings will come down at the same time that former President Donald Trump attempts to wipe his hands clean of the abortion policy in his 2024 presidential election. Now, you know, he already touted that he was the one who was responsible for, or the underlying responsible party for, the reversal of Roe versus Wade. Well, earlier this week, as we reported, Trump released a 4-minute video saying that he was proudly the person responsible for ending Roe versus Wade, but that he was now on another bandwagon supporting states determining abortion policy by vote or legislation, or perhaps both. Well, Trump insisted that at the end of the day, it's all about the will of the people, except that's clearly not true. The American people never supported overturning Roe versus Wade. The abortion policy in the U.S. has been clearly out of step with the will of the people over the last 2 years, as evidenced how the outrage when it was overturned. And the judicial system has helped to keep it that way. Well, this week's abortion rulings were not unpredictable. The new rulings in Florida and Arizona are only the latest examples of how access to reproductive freedom continues to be restricted by far-right judges appointed by Republicans. Well, in Florida, the Republican Governor Ron DeSantis appointed 5 out of 7 justices to the state Supreme Court and 115 judges in total, while all 7 justices in Arizona were also appointed by a Republican governor. Well, let's not forget the Alabama State Supreme Court decision in February that invoked God to claim that frozen embryos count as children under the law. So this fetal personhood ideology is being promoted by other judges too, like in Florida, where their state justice Carlos Muniz recently suggested that abortion takes a whole class of human beings and puts them outside the protection of the law. 6 and 7 Florida justices signaled that they'd be open to a future fetal personhood case, therefore. Okay. Well, Republican politicians have sought recently to distance themselves from court attacks on IVF and abortion, but over 120 House Republicans are currently co-sponsoring federal legislation to give constitutional rights to embryos. Wow. Well, these are state-level decisions. The result of the state GOP politician appointments have a little bit different. So judges on the federal bench have also used their positions to restrict abortions. Well, Trump's appointment of Judge Matthew Kacsmaryk to the federal district court in Texas, for example, led to a brazen effort to restrict medication abortion nationwide. And that's that pill. We talked about that about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I think it's the Plan B or the morning after pill. So 2 more Trump appointed judges on the 5th Circuit Court and Appeals also ruled in favor of restricting access to the abortion pill. Well, you see, the deck is stacked, right? So for those pro-lifers and pro-choicers, you are for the pro-choicers, you're at a disadvantage already in the state courts. So putting it in the state's hands and stacking the deck on the state's level really is just rhetoric, because you really haven't put it in the state's hands because you already knew what the determining factor was. Well, as slow, boring writer and Vox co-founder Matt Yglesias recently wrote, one of the biggest risks to abortion rights, should Donald Trump win in November, is that the judiciary will move even further to the right. Trump may say that he'd let the states decide, but the judges he'd likely appoint wouldn't decide in pro-choicers' favors. So it still gives the bigger concern as who has the right to tell a woman, particularly a man, what they need to do with their body. Now, it gets real serious when those state legislators have side chicks who are pregnant and they want abortions. That part. The jump offs can get them, right? Absolutely. But for you who have been, well, you know, this is kind of changing now. So if it's a pregnancy that is others' life in danger, now they're saying you can effectively have an abortion, or if you've been raped and it results in a pregnancy, you can have an abortion, you can get an abortion. But truthfully, what was wrong with you choosing what you wanted to do once you had a pregnancy that maybe you weren't ready for, maybe mentally ready for, maybe you weren't ready for. Children are being raped and pregnated all over the world.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't they have the option of having an abortion? You can see what the situation is when you have a child that's bearing a child. It's really an impact on the family and the public at large.
Absolutely.
So this is a real interesting debate, but it's one that all voters should really take into account when you're deciding who you want.
Yes.
Who you want to vote for. Yes, Tina, we definitely want to talk about the side chicks and the jump offs. Definitely, because that is a real ism. Like, for Christians, sometimes we don't want to talk about the hard topics, but as Christians, we have to talk about the hard topics, because if we don't talk about it, how are we going to do something about it?
That's our jumping point.
Jump off, jumping point. Yes, exactly. Great choice. Great word. Great word choice of words. But you know what? In the end, God has the victory. So whatever the situation is, no matter how dismal it seems, all you have to do is give it to God. Put your burdens on the altar and let him take you to the victory. Ty Tribbett, let's get down. It's Inspiration 1390. Tina, yes, we definitely have to talk about the jump offs, because if I find out that a senator, a congressman has issued an abortion, the permission to have an abortion, and it's because of something that they did in a state where it's banned, I promise you, I'm getting on that bandwagon. I don't care what state it is, even Wyoming or hot water Mexico. I don't care where it is. I am getting on that bandwagon, and because that is duplicitous.
Yeah.
What's up, Donna? Hi, baby. Hey, Jupiter. Hey, Pete. What's going on? Okay, let's get back to the online topic. If you could pick any place in the world to move, where would you move and why? Again, for those of you who have just joined, particularly you guys on Instagram, I really like Instagram because I like the filters. Y'all like them. But Facebook, Instagram, if you could move anywhere in the world, where would it be? For me, again, Jamaica. I'm going to tell you a story about Jamaica and why I fell in love with Jamaica. I started going to Jamaica when I was 16 years old. My aunt who raised me, she owned some villas in Jamaica, Ocho Rios, Jamaica. And so I started going there. And then as I got older, we would meet each other there. And when I went to college, I met her there. And I flew by myself from Nashville to Jamaica. And this was like the first time that I had ever gotten on a shuttle to take me from the airport to the villas. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Jamaica, I flew into Montego Bay, and that's at about an hour and a half, 15 minutes from Ocho Rios. And so I got on the shuttle and I said, okay, how much do I pay? And they said, no, man, we'll tell you later. I said, okay, cool. So then as you go to different stops, and I kept saying to the guys, listen, I haven't paid. They was like, no, man, no problem. You know, everything is no problem in Jamaica, right? And so then when I got to my last stop, I said, well, you know, I still haven't paid. And they said, no, don't worry about it, queen. No, princess, because I was really young then. Don't worry about it, princess. We charge the white people for your fare. So I was like, I'm home. So I absolutely fell in love with Jamaica. Now, for all of you, my white brothers and sisters who are hearing that, check your bill and make sure they didn't charge another princess for your bill. What's up, Crystal? What's up, cuz?
I'm checking my bill next time.
Oh, you got enough storage?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Check your bill, bro. But anyway, that's why I fell in love with Jamaica. And another thing that I love about Jamaica, if my neighbor has a chicken and I'm hungry, I got a chicken wing. Because they ain't going to let you be hungry, y'all. They not going to let you be hungry. Now, cornbread, that's a different thing. You can eat the meat. You can eat the protein. But maybe you might not get no sides. I'm kidding. They're going to share whatever. It's a very sharing culture. It's a very rooted in history and ancestry culture. And I definitely love, it's my favorite place on the planet.
Is there a specific place in Jamaica?
Well, because I grew up in Ocho Rios, going there every summer. I've been to Jamaica almost as much as I've been home. So I've been there. This February is my 47th trip. Sometimes I would go 5 a year. Tina said, or the babies they denied. There was an old white senator, Strom Thurmond, who got a black woman pregnant, and nobody knew about the child until he was about to die, and he kept that a secret. And that child is, of course, now grown. Well, didn't have an abortion.
Okay, so the next hot topic we got for you guys today is state prosecutor to investigate Georgia Lieutenant Governor Jones and his role as Trump fake elector. So a state prosecutor will investigate whether Georgia Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones violated criminal law in his efforts to help former President Donald Trump subvert the 2020 election results in the state. Peter Skandalakis, Director of Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia, has appointed himself to investigate the matter. According to a news release, Jones, a Republican, was one of the 16 fake pro-Trump electors in the Peach State who signed onto the unofficial electorate certificate in a plan to subvert the Electoral College in the 2020 election. Jones was a state senator at the time. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, a Democrat who is overseeing the sprawling election interference case against Trump and his 14 remaining co-defendants, was disqualified from investigating Jones in 2022. A Fulton County judge ordered Willis not to move ahead with a case with Jones, whom she labeled as a target after she held a campaign fundraiser for his political opponent. It took nearly 2 years for Skandalakis to announce his decision that he would appoint himself to spearhead a potential case against Jones. As director of the bipartisan group that oversees all prosecutors in the state, he was responsible for finding a replacement for Willis to decide whether a case should move forward. Jones told CNN in a written statement, "I'm happy to see this process move forward and look forward to the opportunity to get this charade behind me. Fani Willis has made a mockery of the legal process, and as she tends to do. I look forward to a quick resolution and moving forward with the business of the state of Georgia."
Okay, so even before you could finish reporting it,
Yeah.
Tina said, lock them up in her Trump voice, right? Because, okay, so Jarrell, and to Adam, I'm asking both of you. If I say to both of you, before we walk out of here, listen, y'all, I have scoped out this bank. I've been doing this for like 4 months. I got the blueprints. I know we can go under the tunnels and we can get at least $4 billion out of it.
Yes. No questions asked.
100%.
No
You
questions asked.
with me?
No
Yeah.
questions asked.
4
yes.
billion?
4
$4 billion?
Yes.
Do you have a past of successful bank robbery?
No, I don't
don't-
have a path to. I don't
I'm
have a
risking it.
path to.
I don't care. I'm risking it.
You
4
risking it?
billion, 4 billion, yeah.
Okay, so see,
I'm
you
with
are
you.
just like your man, who you just talked about, because I'm trying to figure out if you tell your homies this is your plan, like at what point do some of them become the voice of reason? Because it seems like you got all of these people all over the nation that's complicit with you, and they are going down with the ship. The Titanic is sinking,
But
and
they ain't
you
getting
are
$4 billion.
They got more than 4 billion. But like you said, Jarrell, do I have a history of successful bank robbery? No. Trump, you don't even have a history of successful politics.
Yeah.
So now you get into a new game and you think, and you get all of these, because you have culted these people. Trumpers are in a cult.
Yes.
It's like he can say, drink the juice.
They will.
And they'll drink the juice.
do
But you too, because you said, yes, for $4 billion,
4 billion really snuck up on
I'm
me.
up like Chuck and his stuff, like literally.
I'm American.
Yeah, that's what we're
At
taught.
what
We like
point?
we were taught that.
So Zoe says, nope, yep, got it. I'm going to jail.
Right.
She said she's going to jail
She said-
too.
She said no, she's not going to jail.
Oh, she
So
said
she
she's
wouldn't
not
go.
going to
She
jail.
wouldn't go with
Yeah,
you.
in jail like that.
You know what, y'all? I seriously think that, for some things are just non-negotiable. And I get it. We all are looking to earn big, 7,
Yes.
8, 9 figures. But it's called earning. And earning really denotes working for
That's
it.
true.
And I get that there is an energy that you have to expend, probably more so to do wrong than to do right. But there's also an element, I don't got to look over my shoulder or look in the mail and see when the next subpoena is coming,
Very true.
or check out my friends and see if the Homeland Security is checking them out. Now, I just got to segue to Diddy, because now Diddy and Trump are in the news almost laterally, like literally. When you think about all the power that you have garnered,
Yeah.
and you could have used that power for good,
Absolutely.
couldn't you have chosen that?
Mhm.
I think I need a song.
Absolutely.
I think I need a song. Like I'm about to pull my lace front out. Like seriously, this is getting too much. Let's go to song, y'all. If it's Richard 1390, we gotta stay prayed up.
To praise someone with a loud voice, with a loud exuberant
All right,
voice.
y'all. What's up? What's up, Telio? I love my red sister. How are you? Chantel, I love you.
You figured out the pay system.
Yep.
You figured out you're going to invest $5 million, right?
I didn't say
Okay.
5 million. I said $1 billion. Oh, this
New
yours.
scenario, right? Now, if you get caught, they're going to take $3 million from you,
You
right?
still got 2 though.
But you got to do 2 years in prison.
You're still gonna have that 2 after the 2 though.
Are you going to do 2 years in prison?
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right? I do it too.
Absolutely. 2 years for 2
Do you
million?
know in 2 years of prison what that
You put that 2 million in
that hole in the back gonna look like?
You put that 2 million in Huntington. 2 years later, you're gonna have great money.
Are you really
Well,
going
what
to make
did
$2
you
million in
risk?
the next 2 years anyway?
No, you're not.
2 million? Okay, I was with you on the billion. You said 2 million for real, Jarrell?
2 years in prison.
But you also have the opportunity.
31.
You have the opportunity not to.
I want to
talk,
come
though.
back
You
to
could
y'all
go
because
to
I can't
5.
talk to these
You
people.
could go
What's
to
up,
5.
Donna? Today, I love you. Listen, y'all, I'm not listening to them. They're all getting ready to go to jail. These are all
You could
pre-criminals
put
over
that
here.
into a bank account.
What? Y'all are pre-criminals.
Put
Y'all,
that-
and see, this is how
have a
Trump
family
started
member
his
put that-
cult.
Let it grow for you. in
Look at
jail.
him. See, if you infuse just a little bit of logic into it, it sounds plausible, right? But once you in jail and ain't nobody putting no money on your books, your letter writing is
Oh, I'm
getting
getting all the
it's dwindling.
commissary.
Me
Me too.
Cause y'all think jail is a cakewalk. Y'all ain't visited jails. I visited jails. They didn't have hot water in the cold. It was a vortex. They didn't have hot water.
If you got money or you got money coming, you can be the manager. If you know I got $2 million, I got all the friends in the world.
Also, but that might be not the best
This
information.
is
for
Gen
them.
Z talk, y'all. This is Gen Z talk. Literally. Cause really,
That's
seriously,
true.
you.
Right.
What is worth your freedom? What's worth your freedom? What's your dollar amount that's worth your freedom? Couple mil? You know, a couple mil is not gonna do you no good. 6 months. You'll go to jail for a couple mil.
How long?
I need more songs. No, I need more healing. I want you to put Jesus out. Erica Campbell, I need a little more Jesus. Because y'all need Jesus.
Zoe said not all the money is good money.
No, Zoe, you're right. Not all money is good money. She said Adam is different. First of all, Adam gonna get out on good behavior. He gonna get a privilege pass.
Use my white privilege to get that money quicker.
See what I'm saying? Because
Everybody got to know.
people say they don't know what right privilege is.
People
I
say
don't
they
know.
won't use it.
Everybody got to know.
Some going to jail for way less than that, and I see jail on TV, and they start itching. My peace of mind is priceless. I totally agree with you,
I
Tina.
was sitting there for
See,
2
this is why
years.
you guys need to move to some place
I would have the-
tranquil, peaceful, because
I would have the
you're
dopest
so
album. In 2 years, out of the dopest album coming out, record that, make more money than the 2, because I got the 2, invest that all in my music.
I want you
Go
to turn I
crazy.
need a little more Jesus
Go
up loud.
nuts. I would go crazy.
You're already crazy. You don't have far to go. You do not have far to go. It's from here to here. You're right at Double Crazy Street and intersect with Insane Avenue.
I'm trying to jump out of a plane, maybe jail for a couple mil.
What happened to you yesterday? Was it the solar
It's a
eclipse?
solar eclipse.
Oh Lord. Now you know what? Some people we were talking. I got no more words. Remember all about the Bejamas was just
Zoe
a,
said they'll let me out quick, but Jarrell's
oh Benjamin Bejamas. Lord have mercy. All about the
But still,
Benjamins.
2 years.
Y'all, Tina wants to remind you that All About the Benjamins was just a movie. No, you're right, Zoe. They'll let Adam out quick, but Jarrell, bruh, you staying. Me and you, we staying.
I'm gonna keep that 2
Hey,
mil in my
Daryl.
bank account for you.
Hey, Asara.
I'm gonna put some of your bread into stocks. I'm gonna grow your money for you.
Y'all, I'm going back to my original original statement. If you could move anywhere in the world, where would you move?
Pretty
Now,
much
I
similar.
previously said Jamaica, but I'm going to alter that and say just out of this
I got a
studio.
1-bedroom.
Because
Dale's a
all of these
1-bedroom.
people are jail bound. They all are throwing bricks at the pen. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in.
Hey, I got a 1-bedroom. Jail's a 1-bedroom.
It's not the kind of 1-bedroom you think. Have you ever been there?
They got
Now I've actually been in jail because I had a fight with 2 police. I've shared this with you all. I had a fight with 2 police. They put me in jail, of course.
5 minutes.
And it ain't no picnic, y'all. I promise you, it's not. Now, you might ask, why did I have a fight with 2 police? They were one. I was fighting one, and here come another one, so I had to fight him too. And I was winning. Like literally, I was winning. And then they got mad and they put me in jail. And I thought that was unjust, but at least it wasn't in an era when they started killing black people, right? I got out pretty quickly, and then I got them transferred out of their district. But here is the situation. My point is, jail is not a 1-bedroom, Adam.
I'm not
it's not a
saying
1-bedroom suite.
I ain't saying it's a cakewalk in the slightest, but $2 million, that makes it a little better.
$2 million.
It makes it a little better knowing that's on your way.
You sit in prison for $1 million a year.
Yes.
You go to the military and risk their life.
Yeah, fighting the
That's so
police.
true. That's
Zoe,
so
yes,
true.
fighting the police. First of all, they threw hands first. And I would come from where I come from, you hit me first, it's going down. I'm sorry. Now, granted, therapy, Jesus, all of that has changed me. I'm slow to anger now. However, fighting the police was necessary at that time. 3 minutes? I want to close. What you mean? What do I want to do?
Yep.
Yes.
I need just
5,
little Jesus.
4, 3, 2.
Now I definitely know that now y'all gotta definitely know that the reason we played a little more Jesus is because it got real hot in the studio. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am rocking with your main man.
It's Adam Phonin from Marcel Action Jackson.
So while we were offline, we were talking about what was your price that you would go risk your freedom for money. And it was very interesting. And the way that you can actually hear the entire conversation is go and redo the broadcast on Facebook or Instagram, and you will see that I have 2 Gen Zers that are on the pathway to the pipeline to prison.
Oh, no.
What is the amount of money that you would risk it all for in order to get money and possibly go to jail? Now, I played a little more Jesus, and I'm going to pray that you get a little more Jesus in the interim of today when we get out of here, which is getting ready to be in a minute, and tomorrow when we meet. Y'all, it has been great. Thank you guys online for joining us on our online. If you are online and you go to any one of our social medias, while you're there, please like us. We promise to love you back. In the meantime, we always want to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, that you love them, and show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love. Land on love. I love you, Adam.
I love you, Tammy.
Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love you. Up next is AC Green, and right after that is Pastor Patterson on the drive home. We do it all night long right here on Inspiration 1390, the Brunch Bunch. Stay optimistic and stay free, y'all. Thanks, y'all. Thank you so much. Zoe, you've been great. Thank you, Tina. You all have an amazing day as well. Truly appreciate you. Daryl, Facebook, Instagram, y'all are amazing. We will see you on Friday. That's tomorrow. It's the end of the week. We got some goodies for you on the end of the week. You definitely want to tune in tomorrow, both on social media. And thank you so much for your comments, y'all. Stay optimistic. We'll see you tomorrow.